refresh. So you might just do that. Have to do that. It's not that big.
Now I'm gonna have to re-pop out my chat. All right, here we go. Welcome everybody to week 2, day 2 of Fight Fire with Funk. Today we have Bubblegum going against Elyon Gaming. Should be an interesting matchup here, and let's get right into it.
Alright, Vayne and Leona. So that means they don't want anything to engage, and Leona is one of the strongest supports right now.
So Jibs and Bits played this yesterday, and it was banned away from him after game 1.
Yeah.
He played it so well, and it was really a difficult spot for TVD to be in. So Elyon learning from that, and they're gonna take it off the table.
Yeah. I'm surprised they're banning actually all the engage right now for TVD, because that's what they did not that long ago against Nook. They pretty much just got a bunch of CC and was just able to team fight.
So it's looking like a couple of strong picks being taken off the table now too, with the Kazakhs, the Sejuani. You don't really want to give that over. Warwick, that's a target ban. Call Me Daddy has played it 3 times so far this split, I think.
Yeah.
He really likes playing that Warwick, so that's a quick takeoff from them.
Yeah, it seems like them going after junglers after they just removed the Leona, just because that would have been their a major threat for them. Yeah.
Nanners.
Yeah.
Shift the overlay to the right like a millimeter. It's cutting off the champs' faces in the banning. All right, that's all. Good luck. Bye.
Shit. Fixed it, Mom.
He left.
Well, everyone knows now it's been fixed. So, quick pickup. They did this yesterday. The Thresh first pick. Definitely stronger things you could have picked. I don't think it's as much of a priority for a lot of teams.
I don't think it is, especially since they immediately picked Lulu. But just having some consistent engage and will help. All right.
So far what we're seeing looks like a nice protect the 80 carry comp coming out of EG. You got the Orianna and the Lulu, as well as Orianna can make some very big engages.
Yes.
Team fights go very wrong for
I'm guessing
Bubblegum
Maokai right now.
quickly.
Because Maokai works well with both Lulu and the Orianna.
Yeah,
or
Maokai,
anything.
Great ball delivery system.
Or anything like Lee Sin. Or Shen when now they protect
Shen
the
works
80.
good too, so that's what we're looking at this moment with these 3 picks. They really want to keep their 80 carry safe.
Yep. Mordecai. Okay.
So that's been banned against Spazzy Banana a couple of times now that I've seen. So he does have a 61% win rate on it, so it must be something that teams are fearful of.
Or just people just don't want to deal with that because no one really knows what he does. Anyway, Bubblegum should be banning either any sort of ball delivery system or any 80 carries. I don't think Misfortune is the best idea for this one, though.
She can be very strong in this comp. You get the Orianna ball with the Shen in there. He jumps in, you get a big shockwave into a Misfortune ult, and that could spell disaster for Bubblegum.
Yeah. Also, Volibear. That would have been a
target ban towards the top lane.
Yeah, that's the only thing it could be, because Graves is already picked. It's just, Volibear just doesn't work well with a Lulu anywhere in existence, just because the slow.
Not only that, she could just polymorph you. He played it yesterday 2 games in a row, both of which were against a Lulu. The first game wasn't the strongest, but the second game looked a lot better. And it's just one of his more comfortable picks in the top lane.
Yeah. Also, then they picking up Cog, which makes complete sense, which is why I was surprised that what they banned was Misfortune and like Trist, is because Kog'Maw was still open.
Yeah, the Kog'Maw Lulu is going to be a very deadly combination in that bot lane.
Yep.
It's going to be a tough lane for ISO and Jibs and Bits, simply because that lane is just so strong.
It is, but that it will be stronger very much at the start. But at level 6, they can just, if Bubblegum can do it right, they can just Ashe ult into Thresh Q and just completely mess them up.
Yeah, that's true. If they get the right engage, it could be good for them. But if they aren't able to find that engage, it's gonna be very difficult for them late game. Very squishy team besides the Ornn. So
Graves can be quite strong, but yeah, you're all right. And then Zin.
it's gonna be a Zin pickup for Onigiga.
Yep.
So we're expecting early pressure in the bot lane from Bubblegum. What are you expecting out of EG here?
I mean, they legitimately should just play it safe, and not really try and do anything in the bot lane too much, just because they will outscale, and they should just be trying to poke down, and stay away from anything that Thresh can do. Pretty much bot lane, completely relies on how well this Thresh can hit Qs. If he can do it well, then Cog will get fucked and just get destroyed.
Yeah, if Cog falls behind, he's got very expensive builds, so it will be tough for him to get caught up should this game snowball out of control and this Ashe get very far ahead.
I would expect Graves, in this situation, Graves to spend most of his time bot just to make sure Cog falls very far behind, and Zin to probably actually stay mid and bot, just because there's no reason to go top for him. Shen can just influence other lanes with TP and ult. Zin should just stay pretty much in between the bot lane and mid lane, and just try and influence those two lanes.
Yeah, they really have to get that Veigar off his game. Doomrider did play it yesterday, and he didn't have the greatest showing. He was showing some struggles landing his E, so hopefully this will be a different game, and he'll be able to pick up where he couldn't yesterday.
Yeah.
So now we're just waiting on this gorgeous spectator delay that everybody loves.
We have to have it, or else someone would just be watching it or something.
Yeah, and communicating it.
Yeah. And then once this loads in, we'll have to wait for the actual delay for their computers to load in compared to ours.
Yeah, it will be it'll be a fun little wait. While we're waiting though, everybody, look at this gorgeous new overlay provided from CTF. It's looking real clean for sure.
It's a lot better than before, just having someone's random background.
That was mine. Hey, there we go. That's how you get shit done. Oh. All right,
Also, I would almost expect a level 1 gank from, a level 1 invade from Bubblegum. Just because they have Thresh, and if a Veigar gets their E, it'll work out well.
Yeah, but as a Veigar, you don't want to be that guy. You don't want to get E level 1. That just makes your game so terrible. Your lane phase just gets so far behind.
You don't, but
attacking creeps.
If you get a kill from it, it's worth it.
I don't know about that one. I mean, maybe if Veigar gets the kill early enough to back and get something, it might be worth it. But,
I mean, with 400 gold, he could only buy boots because he doesn't have enough for an amplifying tome.
But boots are still boots over his opponent.
I know. I agree.
So, I don't know how worth it would be to get the E. And with the amount of damage they have, actually, I don't even think the E would be necessary. With just a Thresh hook, if they're able to get all 5 in there, that should be enough damage to take him down.
Yeah, because Ornn could also go Flame Bellows, whatever that is, and just stun with that. It's just, if they need it, they could layer it on.
I mean, Ornn, I believe he starts with the Flame, so it wouldn't be terrible for him to have that as backup CC, sort of.
I thought he normally starts with the Pillar, but even then, it's not too bad of a trade to go for the Flame first.
Oh, no, we're not on intermission. We're going into game, boys and girls. Let's get ready. Let's get it going. Elyon Gaming versus Bubblegum. Game 1 out of hopefully 3. So, now if I could just have more than a black screen. There you go. We're in loading screen now.
I mean, we still have to catch up, back up to them because we have to wait for all their computers to load in, and then we have to wait for the 3-minute timer from their game.
Yeah, you did see an anime background for a split second. I am not afraid to admit that.
Aftershock, Airy.
Pretty standard runes across the board.
Yeah.
Kog'Maw taking that lethal tempo, getting even more attack speed on top of all the attack speed he's going to have from that Rage Blade. Grasp of the Undying for both the top lanes. Graves getting that electrocute. Ooh,
Yep.
it's going to be a lot of damage coming out of him. So
Yeah,
we'll
nothing
see,
overly too
We'll see
strange.
what this Lulu does decide to go, whether she'll start with the Spell Thieves or if she will go coin. Depending on how she really wants to build, either or can be good. But I think Spell Thieves is the norm now with when you're going to take Airy.
Also just with the Lena matchup, Spell Thieves is just a lot better choice. It'll just let you do a lot more to threaten the Thresh to stop him from queuing. It'll also make your shield slightly better in case anything does go wrong.
All right. There we go. And we are into game 1 of this series of Elyon Gaming versus Bubblegum.
Oh.
Standard items across the board. Thresh going coin instead of Targons. So we'll see if they do decide to do anything a little spicy, but it's not looking like that. Jungler going topside for the quick start.
Yep, looks like they actually aren't deciding to invade, which is disappointing because they have enough CC and damage to be able to do it.
Yeah, they're just gonna set up the line and stop anything from really going on. No deep vision from either team. No real information given over from that one ward in the river placed by Elyon.
Oh, Shen's moving in now.
Shen going in for maybe try and get some deeper vision. He does know that Banana's up top, but he's a top laner. What do you expect?
Yeah, I think he's just trying to edge close enough that he can spot out Graves, but
so he is
Graves is sitting in the bush.
Down. But he is going to see this start, I believe.
Yep. They will end up seeing this. Because, yeah, if you hit F2, you'll be able to see the buff.
So that's going to be a very smart ward placed by the top lane of Elyon. So he will have information for his jungler to decide what he wants to do after that blue buff.
Yeah, which means bot lane will have to look for the level 3 or 3 minute gank, which is abnormal for them. Not sure why the Bubblegum bot lane was delaying popping out of the bush there, but
I guess they didn't know the ward would spot him.
No, they pinged it out. I think they knew.
And it might have just been a miscommunication. Either that or they just didn't want to walk to lane. They wanted to wait a little bit. So for this lane to go right, what does Bubblegum have to do?
In this case, they need to push it up to get level 3, which they'll be getting get level 2 first, which has just happened. And Thresh should have walked up as that was happening to threaten a flay onto Kog'Maw. Because the Kog'Maw was within range. If he had positioned himself a little bit more aggressively. But they just decided not to do that.
So we do have Xin visiting around the top lane. He opts for the buff wolves and then buff clear, whereas Graves decided a full clear on his top side to his red buff.
I mean, right now it's looking like the good idea for him because the counter jungle right now from Xin is just going to get nothing.
Yeah,
he's going to see that everything's gone.
Very smart clear, very heads up out of Daddy, but this is just a little bit more information, if anything, that EG now has.
Yep.
They know that the entire top side's been cleared. Jungler has to be bottom. And now Xin Zhao waiting around the top side.
He's actually...
He's not on a ward. And this is Spazzy
he did not react
Banana,
right away.
very low. Oh. He was kind of just standing there for a bit.
Yeah, like that should not have worked that well just because he went in when the Shen could not follow up at all just because of how many minions were nearby. But just because Spazzy just did not react really at all.
Some very quick trades in the mid, and we got Daddy going towards the mid lane. Let's see whether he can do something, but he's standing on a ward. So, nothing to come out of this. He's just wasting time at this point.
It also doesn't help the Vigar's positioning on the closer to
Yeah, he needs to be pushing
Daddy.
on the other side.
Yeah, just to convince Orianna to walk closer. So just in a normal situation, that's not ideal.
Oh, Thresh missing the flay and the hook. Lulu, very good sidesteps out of that. This is Onigiri returning back to the top side, but Orange just going to walk away. These jungle ganks coming short for both teams. That's 2 times Zin's been top now.
Oh. Yeah, the Thresh positioning to zone Cog off of some CS.
Yeah, it's working well for the bot lane. It's only a 3 CS lead. It will be caught up fairly easily, but they are able to sort of pressure him a little bit at least.
Yep.
Which is what they need to be doing for this lane to get ahead and not have Cog become the monster that he's going to become late game in the mid game.
It also helps that Lulu's standing so far back that I don't think she's within some XP range.
Yeah, it looks like she's missing a little bit of it.
Yeah, which does help Bubblegum just because Lulu's the main part of their level 6.
Yeah, so she needs to have her ultimate for him to keep himself alive.
Yeah, because as soon as Ashe hits level 6, she should pretty much just ult them if Lulu was not level 6 as well.
Yeah. And that's going to have to be a heads-up play from Bubblegum to notice that Lulu was outside that XP range for a short amount of time and won't be able to help the Kog'Maw should they engage at level 6.
Oh, this is not
a good trade coming out of the bot lane from Bubblegum, but it looks like they are going to end up getting a decent amount of damage down onto that Kog'Maw.
He has pop barrier and flash and
barrier and flash and the coin, and he does not go down. That's a little bit over aggressive from Pablo too.
Oh yeah, that means they just both burned both all summoners in the mid lane. So
yeah, something. A little bit of a misplay out of Pablo there, I think.
Oh, and Thresh gets the hook, but
the
quick
hook.
flash from Cog.
Good flash away from Cog. There you go. A good trade back from Cog there too.
Yeah, he was able to quickly flash away and just immediately start attacking.
We have Zin
and now we have Zin.
Bot lane.
Yep.
So flash out of Ashe.
All 3 flashes down for there.
Oh.
Zin, Ashe, and Thresh.
I think you're like a couple seconds ahead of me.
I think I am. I'm at 7:10.
Matt, yeah. So you're like 2 seconds ahead of me. 11.
Okay, I'll
12,
just pause it for
13, 14, 15.
Okay, I'm at where you should have both started at 16
19,
then.
20, 21.
Yep.
Alright.
We good.
There we go. Problem solved. Yeah. It was a questionable play out of the bot lane there, and the Zin getting a little too overeager on that. He should have known Thresh had that hook. Also, the flashes should have been communicated to the jungler.
Yep.
That they were both up. It was all summoners burned from the bot lane for just Zin's flash. But
yeah, and just showing up then, getting rid of the flash from the Ashe and Thresh means that they can't pressure the Kog'Maw safely. Because if they mess up once, they will die. Or if Zin reappears, they can get the Cog ahead early.
Yeah, and that is level 6 for Bubblegum.
Yep.
And
so Ashe right now could technically just send her ult mid and get the kill. Or help get the kill, just because...
Well, that's going to be Vigar getting very low, and that's Vigar going down. First blood going over to Pablo. Call me Daddy coming in to see if he can do something about it, but there's a lot of damage coming out of that Orianna
does not have
already.
enough damage. Yeah, because if Ash, oh, now the ult comes down, but like if she had done that earlier, the Graves was close enough to catch up, and he's just
He
out
stopped
of kill.
autoing. There should have been an auto there, or a Q, something that would have cleaned up that kill. I think he overestimated his damage a little bit there.
Yeah, he thought his ult would just get the kill, and it just wasn't enough. So it just didn't end up working out. Like he should have had that. That should have been free.
And that's Ash ult burn, so that's one thing that the bot lane out of EG doesn't have to worry about anymore.
Yeah, that means they're gonna have freely be able to get 6 and be able to start pressuring with Cog having more range with his ult. They don't have to be nearly as fearful of the Thresh.
Alright, so it looks like just gonna be that red is spotted out by EG, so they do know that Graves is there and fairly low. So if Xin wanted to do something, now would be the time.
Yeah, actually was the red? No, the red wasn't in the bush. So yeah, they saw him taking it, but I don't think they knew exactly how low he was, which is why Xin didn't go aggressive around near Raptors.
He was out of the bush, so they should have spotted it out. I don't know if they were looking when he was out of the bush, or if they just waited until he'd walked into the bush and couldn't see him anymore.
Okay.
But this is a slight CS lead for Daddy in the jungle. Oni just getting his 6 now, whereas Daddy's had it for about a minute now.
Yep. Yeah, it's almost back up from cooldown from when he's playing the mid lane. But I would say that so far Oni has just been doing more. Just because he got the flashes from the bot lane. Oh, now they're making a play on Orianna again. And we got the Shen ult.
Shen ulti coming in. Orianna ulti taking down Daddy very fast.
Oh.
And that was just... Once you see the Shen ult there, you gotta back out of that.
Yeah, there's no way you can kill Orianna through the Shen ult, especially with her own shield increasing her armor. Like, there's nothing that he can do in that situation.
Yeah, at that point, that's just, okay, we burn the Shen out, call it off.
Yeah, just get top to push and just try and do something else somewhere else. Just give up. And now I think
going a little too aggressive. Orianna burning the stopwatch, but that's going to be another kill going over to EG.
Yeah, that stopwatch stops Vygar's ult just because it's in cast, and now it has nothing to hit. And for that, she just gets the kill because Vygar goes way too aggressive in that situation.
Yeah, he should be respecting the fact that Xin was still around. Not only that, big ultimate and hook onto the Kog'Maw, but that's going to be Lulu ult onto him as well. Jibs and Bits getting the kill, and that maybe H2O Buffalo's going down as well. The Kog'Maw slow, going to keep them a little bit safer, but Lulu flashes away to safety.
Yeah, so that's exactly what I was saying earlier. As soon as they have the ults, they should just pretty much use them. This Lulu is staying so far back that she can't come even close to body blocking the Ashe ult or the Thresh hook follow-up. So the Cog's pretty much on his own for the first start of the damage.
Yeah, that was very well played by the bot lane out of Bubblegum. Questionable positioning out of Lulu is making it very easy for them to do these things.
Yeah. And with that, bot now the ADCs have a 500 gold. Bubblegum's ADC has a 500 gold advantage. I mean, but that's nothing compared to the mid lane advantage for TVD, who is at 1,500.
Yeah, that's it's a big lead for the TVD or the EG mid laner.
Oh yeah, EG.
But this is going to be a free Mountain Drake taken by Bubblegum. Just a little consolation prize for getting that kill in the bot lane.
Yeah, Ashe ult's almost up again, so as soon as they get back into lane after this recall, as long as it doesn't get interrupted, which it doesn't, they can pretty much just straight up engage right away again.
Yeah, and this top lane is just, at this point, a wet noodle fight. They both have Bomby Cinder. Spazzy opting to get the Bramble Vest.
I mean, that does make sense because he should be getting the Ninja Tabby and the Thornmail for Kog'Maw, who will just be shooting out so many attacks. Especially with Xin as well, who will also be having a huge amount of attack speed.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of auto-attacking coming out of the EG team. So a Thornmail, very, very smart. As well, they both have grasp, so that
Yes.
that blocks out a lot of the passive on grasp. So he's winning out on these trades.
Yeah, Ornn will just straight up do that as well, just because of the max health damage on the Flame Bellows. Alright, we got Xin putting a ward in their enemy jungle, and stealing away the buff.
Taking away the blue buff. Smart play. He kind of just waited for it to come back up, and he's able to quickly take it away.
Yep. This will probably also put Vygar even more behind, because now he just won't have the mana to just constantly be spamming Q. Because I'm pretty sure that they would be giving it to him in the next 30 seconds if they had access to it.
I don't know. Yesterday I saw Daddy smite away a blue buff from his mid laner.
Oh. Oh,
Ornn
but we
going
have...
hard in the top lane, taking on the 1v2 like it's his day job, and that's gonna be Onigiga going down to Spazzy Banana.
So that was executed very well because he had the ward in the river, so he could see it coming. And as soon as Xin was coming out, he used his dash to get away from the Shen, isolate the Xin, and start getting the CC on him.
So that's a flash burned out of Oriana, a lot of damage. That's gonna be Kleenex getting a good taunt in the top lane,
Yeah.
but having to burn his flash to avoid the Graves ultimate.
I mean, so far that has saved their tower. But it's not gonna last long, and I'm not sure
going
what...
very low, having to burn his barrier. He didn't even stop any of the damage.
I don't think he should have even went up there at that time. He could have just continued casting Q at minions and staying far back, but he decided to walk in and try and force a fight.
Yeah, that's I was noticing it yesterday, and he hasn't seemed to have fixed the problem with his E. He's not able to land them consistently or really much at all. Whereas that's something you'd really want. ISO getting very low though. That's a lot of damage coming out of that Kog'Maw already.
Yeah, there they started trying to force the fight without the Ashe ult, because they used the Ashe ult to try and hit the Orianna earlier.
Yeah, and that's a good stun out of Vygar to keep his jungler safe. Onigiga's going to be going down, and that's Vygar.
That was nice by
Spazzy.
Oh, he splashed in place, damn. But Spazzy Banana, using the Blast Cone wonderfully, he was able to get out and throw Onigiga back into his team.
Yeah, he separated the jungler in the top lane of EG and saved his own life. Very well played out of Spazzy.
I mean, it almost seemed like an accident, though, because he looked like he was trying to attack it earlier, but Shen was standing on it, so he couldn't. And then Shen moved away, and then Spazzy was able to hit it, setting that up perfectly.
Hey man, an accident's still a win in my books.
Oh, yeah. Nothing against that.
And that really evens up the gold, too. Not so much in the mid lane, but in general, the teams are looking even. So that's a plus for Bubblegum at this point.
Yep. Oh. And if we look at gold differences, Ornn's now 1,000 ahead of Shen, just because the local turret bonus and the Xin kill and the assist.
Not
On the
only
Xin.
was it local turret, I think he got solo first turret. That's going to be Ornn knocking up, the hook onto Onigiga. He's going to ult to keep himself safe a little bit. And that's the Lulu all going to keep him up. That's Thresh going down, Daddy going down as well. And that's just a very strong EG at this point.
Yeah.
Shen finally ulting in to keep someone alive, but...
They pretty much did, like... Yeah, Xin was doing his job perfectly. He was standing in the way, hitting everything, tanking everything, and just causing a huge disruptance. They just couldn't get past it.
They did what their team was drafted to do, and they kept their AD carry alive, dealing damage. He does have that Rage Blade, so he's at a very strong point already.
Yeah. It's very true. Now they're going to siege for bot. Oh, also Orianna got like a 3-man ult in there, just completely disrupting any follow-up after Xin died, just because it just messed up any positioning that Bubblegum had before it happened.
Yeah, the fight started off very good from Bubblegum. They didn't layer the CC the way they would have wanted to layer the CC. They kind of just threw it all out at once, and it all hit the Zin, who was in his ultimate at the time. And
so even if he's taking
damage.
this, because Ash and Vigar were both standing too far back for that. Thresh was pretty much the only one that could hit him until it ran out.
This is Onigiga getting stunned up again, but no Thresh hook to try and...
if they have Ornn ult, this will be a great fight.
Amazing Ornn ult, knocking up 4 along with the jump in, knocking up 4 again. And that was just amazing play out of Spazzy Banana.
Yeah, Spazzy won that fight, made that happen. Because even without the Ash ult there, Onigiga was still going to get hit by the Ornn ult. Because that would have hit all 5 people without the Ash ult being even used.
Ornn ultimate coming out there. Able to knock up 3 in the follow-up as well.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it also stopped the Shen ult, because Shen immediately, as soon as Zin was hit by it, the Ash ult, he started ulting the Zin.
Yeah,
but then the Ornn ult just interrupts it.
Yeah, he interrupted. He knocked up 4, followed by 3. It was a very well played, very lucky positioned fight for Bubblegum there. It just ended up working out in their favor with the Ornn ult coming in a very small area.
Yeah. Actually, if any fights that happen in small areas, Bubblegum should pretty much always win it, just because the Ornn ult should just ignore the Zin, ignore the Shen, and just go straight through and hit the Cog. The Vigar E should just box them away. And then Ash ult. Anything that happens in the small areas, they should just straight up win the fights.
If they're able to get in deep onto that Kog'Maw, they pretty much shut down the whole comp. Orianna will put out some damage, but it won't be consistent damage. It'll be a burst, and then if people live through it, it's gonna be bad. But this is the Goon Squad rolling up into the top lane. This is gonna be CleanX getting caught out by the knock-up, and there you go. That's gonna be CleanX going down.
Yep. And I don't think EG should be here right now. They have mid lane. They could get mid lane turret. They only need to really send Orianna or just Cog and Lulu up to defend the turret, the top turret. And they could have got that free mid tier 2.
Yeah, that's a questionable call from EG, but even more of a questionable call from Bubblegum here, starting up this Baron while Zin is still alive.
Yeah, I mean, they have no vision.
It has been spotted out at this point.
Yep, but it's going to be a blind if Zin decides to jump in. Unless Cog decides to place a pink ward over. So Zin goes in, and let's see how they react.
Oh, and they get it!
Yep. They immediately focus down the Zin. Although they should have had all 5 people attacking the Zin right there. I think Ash was actually still attacking Baron.
Yeah, that Baron got very low before it was secured by Daddy.
Zin also has a pink ward. He could have put it over the wall and had vision of it, because pink wards don't cancel out other pink wards. He should have had vision of the Baron and waited it to jump in, because he jumped in way too early.
This is going to be a big fight in the mid lane, though. A lot of damage coming out from the side of EG, but Bubblegum is able to walk away after taking that mid lane turret. They're going to back reset and maybe try and take something elsewhere.
Yeah. They were just also low from the Baron fight, that trying to force anything. It worked, because Vigar's E just completely boxes away anyone from turrets. It's just once that drops, you generally have to back off a little bit, because as soon as it drops, the entire enemy team is going to walk and approach you.
Yeah, once
Luckily,
you see that Vigar cage coming down, you got to play it smart. You can't be walking into that. So
yep.
Smart play out of EG to back off, concede that turret, and hand it over to Bubblegum.
And then almost kill them off of it. Or at least get 1 kill, but they were just short. But now, Graves decided to take red buff instead of going down to bot turret to help protect it.
That's going to be a flash burned out of Ashe as well. That's going to be a very big cooldown to watch for.
Yeah, but that is a very quick reaction flash, considering all things considering. As soon as Xin jumped on her, she was gone.
Not only that, that's a tough flash to pull off. I've seen many people fail that flash.
Yeah.
You don't always get the right positioning for that flash, so that was very well played by ISO.
Yeah. So they're gonna, EG is gonna have to send someone top very soon. Okay, so the Shen's gonna just decide to TP, which means they're gonna start the engage.
And this is a great play, amazing ultimate. And that's gonna be Lulu stunned up by the cage as well, but they're not focusing her. That's gonna be Pablo getting very low. Shen ultimate coming in, ultimate out of Orianna, but she's still gonna go down, and that's Kleenex in the back line trying to stay alive along with Spazzy Banana back there trying to take out. That's gonna be Kog'Maw going down as well. And this just went from bad to worse for EG.
Bubblegum put them in a very bad trap right there. Because as Shen was teleporting, Ashe ulted, which means Shen has the choice of either continuing the teleport and going top, and then what happens, or he cancels the TP and immediately starts ulting Orianna. But in that case, they could actually just stop the fight and take top turret. They were in a lose-lose situation. There was no way that they could win that.
Yeah, that was very well executed, very well set up by Bubblegum there. They were able to get those waves prepped in advance after they got that Baron. And they were able to pressure the top lane, forcing the TP out of Shen, and then Spazzy was able to roam down almost before Shen even ulted.
Well,
And he was able to get into that backline uncontested.
Shen has to finish the TP. He decided to clear some of the wave and then start ulting in, which is there was no way he could react. He could finish both those abilities fast enough.
Yeah,
is why
I think in that situation you have to cancel your TP. You get the shorter cooldown. Yeah, you're gonna lose pressure in the top lane, but your team is dying. And now this is gonna be Shen getting caught on as well.
Oh.
The 5-man goon squad rolling bot lane.
But even if he had canceled the TP and immediately started ulting, they could have just backed off and taken the top turret. So, they should have got Ornn to tank the turret before the minions died. This turret would be dead if they did that. But they were just a little slow in getting Ornn up to the turret.
Turret does still end up going down. Orianna's top. She is backing. So we could see a second inhib turret going down on the side of EG.
Yeah, because Orianna has to clear the super minions in mid lane. Right now, since minions just spawned, she could react to it. So they probably won't get the inhib unless something...
Unless Oni goes in super hard. He's going to take down Daddy. The knockup out of Ornn. Going to knock up Oni, but Ornn's finally going to go down. Orianna burning the barrier to keep herself alive. That's going to be Kleenex going in, trying to take down the Thresh. He's going to go down. This is Skylancer. He's going to go down as well. Oh, ISO.
Oh my god.
Going to get 2 out of the 3 that were still there.
And now the Veigar just has to hit like 1E, which he just did, and the Shen should die. Oh, but
this is Veigar in a bad position now. There is no Oriole, but she does a lot of damage.
Yeah, with her W speeding herself up and slowing him down.
Oh, she walks into the stun.
But in that fight, Spazzy had clear hits on Skylancer. He could have just killed him. Instead, though, when Xin went in, he decided to turn his focus back on the Xin. And Cog did not flash there. So he could have killed
Flash.
Yeah, exactly. He did not flash because he didn't have it. He could have probably killed Skylancer and then turned to the Xin. And that would have won the fight even harder for them.
The Veigar wanted to take down that Orianna, but she just had so many tools to keep herself alive with the barrier, burning the Zanyas. She didn't go down to the Veigar ultimate or the follow-up that they tried to make happen on top of her. But this is going to be another Baron dance, and Bubblegum has the inner track. Lots more wards. great vision control around the Baron pit.
Yeah, but Thresh does not have a pink ward
Yeah,
to
there's
actually
no
guarantee
pink
vision.
wards.
Ornn does have one, but he's just starting another fight. He can do that though, because he's just so tanky.
The Orianna ult landing on only Thresh, and that's only walking into the stun. Orianna walking into the stun as well, hooked onto Orianna, but that's going to be Spazzy Banana going down in the backline, and this is Kog'Maw in the backline about to start free autoing. And that's going to be Kog'Maw going down. That may be the game here for Bubblegum.
This should definitely be the game because there's 20 seconds before Oni gets up, and even when he does, Veigar can just E the side that he decides to run on. So this should be game over.
They do have a double super minion wave in the turrets as well, so this is game 1 going over to Bubblegum.
Yep, should be nothing that Xin can do right now. Let's see if they. Oh, he just puts
gonna
the E on
stun
top.
around him. And this is Onigiri going down as well, padding the stats a little bit there. And that's going to be game 1 over to Bubblegum. Now,
Yeah, they were able to get past the